So this is topic 7.2. We did topic 7.1 yesterday about fractions with common denominators. And so this is going to get us ready for adding fractions without common denominators. This is the first step, and it's called the LCM, or the least common multiple. So what you need is your pencil and your notes, and you need those cut out M's that I gave you today in class. Our objective is to be able to decipher, that means figure out the least common multiple of two numbers. So you're going to put Roman numeral number 2 and write LCM, which stands for least common multiple. Another way of saying that is that the least means the smallest, common means the same, and multiple means multiplication. So it's the smallest same multiplication they have. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways of doing it. And like you know, in your homework tonight, you need to do it each different way. You know, your first problem, you're going to number line, then you're going to do the M, and then you're going to do the birthday cake, just so you can figure out which one you like best overall. So the first type is called the number line. Here's our 2 numbers that we're trying to find the least common multiple, or the same, smallest same multiplication that they have. So it's called number line, and you write the numbers, 8 and 20, you draw a long line. And then what you're going to do is you're going to write their multiples, or their multiplications. 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24, 8 times 4 is 32, 8 times 5 is 40, 8 times 6 is 48, 8 times 7 is 56. You just kind of do sum. Now we're going to do the multiples of 20. 20 times 1 is 20, 20 times 2 is 40. Look, we already have one. That's the same. This is their least, or their smallest, same multiplication number. You can stop as soon as you get it. So the least common multiple of 8 and 20 is 40. That's the smallest number they can both turn into. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is with the M's, and I gave you those paper M's today in class, so you could just tape them into your notes. What you're going to do is you're going to write for the multiples again. So on one side of the M, we're going to write the multiples of 8. We have 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24, 8 times 4 is 32, 8 times 5 is 40. On the other side of the M, you're going to do the multiples of 20. 20 times 1 is 20, 20 times 2 is 40, 20 times 3 is 60, 20 times 4 is 80, and 20 times 5 is 100. Now, what is their smallest common number? Well, we already know it's going to be 40. So right here in the middle, we'll write 40. That's their least common multiple. So that's the M way of doing it. It's all cutesy. The last way is my favorite way. It's the birthday cake, which we did before for greatest common factor. And there's just one small tweak to it. So once again, we write our 2 numbers. We think of a number that can go into 8 and into 20. I'm going to say 2. 2 can go into 8 and into 20. 2 goes into 8 4 times. And 2 goes into 20 10 times. Then we do our next layer of our birthday cake, just like we did before. Another number that can go into 4 and 10 is 2 again. So 2 goes into 4 2 times, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. There's nothing left. The only thing that's different, remember in greatest common factor we only multiply these. In least common multiple, you're going to multiply all of them. So 2 times 2 is 4. I'm going to write little time signs. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 5 is 40. You're going to multiply all of them for least common multiple. So this one is my favorite because sometimes you'll have numbers that you might not necessarily know their multiplication for, and it's hard to do the number line or the M. So I'm going to show you an example. Let's do it for our numbers, and then we'll do the least common multiple of 16 and 20 this time. I'm going to erase over here. So if I had 16 and 20 and I wanted to use the number line, I need to know my multiples of 16, and not all of us do. But it's 16, 32, 48, 64, 80, and our multiples of 20. 20, 40, 60, 80. So their least common multiple is 80, but unless I knew my multiples of 16, this would be hard. Same with the M. Right. 16 times 1 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 16 times 3 is 48. 16 times 4 is 64. And 16 times 5 is 80. We do 20 on the other side. 20 times 1 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. 20 times 3 is 60. And 20 times 4 is 80. So their least common multiple is 80. The The one that works the best, I think, is the birthday cake, because you don't need to know their multiples. So I'll do 16 and 20. A number that can go into 16 and 20 is 2. Goes in 8 times and 10 times. A number that goes into 8 and 10 is 2. It's 4 times and 5 times. And there's no number that can go into both of them. So now I'm going to multiply all the numbers. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And 16 times 5 is 80. Or you could go this way. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. And 45 times 2 is 80. So this one's a lot easier to do. Okay, guys, that's it.